Hello dosto. In this session we will be talking about some very important previous year questions and we'll see how we can solve these very questions. So let us start. The very first question is from SSC exams and this question is one of the very most important questions that exams ask you. It is a sentence rearrangement where 6 sentences are given and you need to arrange 4 sequences out of this 6. First and last are already in sequence. So guys, the question says, as my jogging enthusiast sister, it is fixed, and the 6th sentence is to ward off any attackers. The best strategy of solving this question is to read and understand the context, that in which context the sentence have been written. As my jogging enthusiast sister, this is the subject, and now we need a verb corresponding to this subject. As my jogging enthusiast sister was often bothered by neighborhood dogs. It is very obvious that when somebody is walking, running, jogging, the dog may bother them. So dog is bothering whom? One who is jogging. That suggests me that P sequence will be the first arrangement in the given sentences. So these two options are, I don't think they fit best. So we'll start with P. P is the sequence that initiate the sentences. So as my jogging enthusiast sister was bothered by neighborhood dogs, then what happened? Her husband started to accompany her on a bicycle with a stick in hand. So husband is having stick in hand. So after R we need Q. After R we need Q. Sentence must start with P. This is how you can eliminate all the option except. You can eliminate all the option except option choice number 2. P, S, R, Q will be the correct arrangement. And if you'll ask me, sir, do we have any quickest or shortest way to elimination of the option? Yes, definitely we do have. What you need to understand is the prepositional phrase. So the prepositional phrase here is with a stick in hand. With a stick in hand suggests that you are having a stick with a specific purpose, and the purpose behind having stick in the hand is to ward off the attackers. That means Q will be the last sequence. Since Q will be the last sequence, again you can eliminate all these two options, and two options are here. Sentence starts with P, last will be Q, and before Q what we need R. Why? Because who is carrying the stick? The husband is carrying the stick. So the answer is P, S, R, Q. In context, I guess the parajamal becomes easier. Otherwise you will have to check every order, every possibility. By the context, it is easy to solve. Next question, I'm sorry, I skipped the one. Next question is an electrical circuit. An electrical circuit, what actually an electrical circuit is? An electrical circuit is a circuit. So the sentence should have a verb conjugation after the subject. Subject is, as we are talking about, electrical circuit. So an electrical circuit is a circle, and circle made of what? Circle of wires. So first we need S, then we need Q. So SQ is given in only one option, which is option number 1, hence it will be the answer. And all the remaining options are now, I guess, wrong, because what we needed in the beginning, we needed S, after S we needed Q, SQ is the mandatory pair, hence SQPR has become the answer. Then Again, we have a link to solve this question in a different way. Suppose it happened to you that you didn't recognize the starter, I mean the starting sentence. So what you need to do is, something is designed, and why something is designed? The purpose of designing something is given. What is the purpose? The purpose is to carry the electricity. The purpose is to carry the electricity. So something is designed with the purpose of carrying electricity. I mean, R will be the last sequence, and R is given in the last sequence in only option 1. Hence, it is the answer. So guys, I believe that you now know that solving sentence rearrangement requires the fully contextual understanding of the given sequences. Once you get the understanding, you will eliminate the option, you will make arrangement, you will at least take a guess how and why the options are suitable. Now, SSC asks you a different question variety than sentence arrangement. This is fill in the blank, and most of the questions in the fill in the blanks are based on prepositional way. So the question is, he said dash the shade of a tree. Whenever you see you need to put a preposition in the context of a tree, then you compare the positions. But here we have options like under, into, in and on. By the way, when you look at the question's context, you understand that you are not talking about he who has seated in relation with T. Actually, he has seated in a peripheral territory inside the shade. I mean, it is a boundary. So he is within the boundary inside the shade. Likewise, you can see the picture here. We have nothing to do with the tree. We are talking specifically about the shade, the territory, the boundary, and he has been in the boundary. So the answer for the question will be that option in is the right answer. He sat in the shade of tree. In, why? In basically refers to be within something, be in limit, be in the shade, not outside the shade. Now, we have another question, but not from SSC, but from banking vertical. So it is an IBPS PO preliminary previous year question papers question from 2023, happened I believe in 23. The question is of errors, and errors in banking is a difficult nut to crack, because the variety of question that banking exams ask you plays a very vital role in your preparation. Once you prepare well, only you can solve the questions like this. The question is, a nimity of food were spread over the tables and was way more than any one group of people could eat. Once when you look at the question, it seems that errorless, but actually the error lies in the very first part. Why? Because verb is given in the plural form. Verb is given in the plural form, but the subject against the verb that we have is singular. Article a itself suggests that it is a singular entity. A nimity of food, not were but was. So the error is that the wrong conjugation of verb is given. The right conjugation will be was. A nimity of food was spread over the tables and was way more than any one group of people could eat. So answer is option choice number A. Since a nimity is a singular subject, agrees with a singular verb, we should put a right conjugation. Now the question next again is of finding errors. The question says, the skipper of the boat guided the vessel through the storm and made it safely into the port. As you know that the conjunction and is a specific conjunction that unites, joins two similar ideas, two similar entities, two similar cases, two similar times, but the time of the action given in the sentences are different. Here you see time is given in past, made, but before this we have time given in a present tense. So there, here tense is present, here tense is past, which makes a big difference in context. To make it right, the tenses should be similar. Since it is a past activity which happened in the past, so both the verbs should be in past tense. The correct answer here will be guided, not guide, because verbs are in past, so every verb should be in past. The right sentence will be guided. So part B has the error and the right sentence will be guided. I hope that you understand that when you have conjunction and it joins similar cases, similar entities, similar time frame and similar things. Next question is, spunky and full of spirit, the little girl is known for always doing things that others are afraid to does wrong. Because when you have infinity, it agrees just with 2 plus v1. We don't need to add s or es form to it. Answer is option choice D has the error. To do will be the right verb phrase, not to does. Next question, the cell's nucleus is like the conductor of a huge opera who tells, because you are talking about singular conductor, one conductor who tells people what they have to do. So not tell but tells, because you all know that singular subject always agrees with a singular verb. I mean, it is a concept of subject verb agreement. Verb always agrees to its subject, according to its subject, according to the number of its subject. If the subject is singular, verb will be singular. If the subject is plural, verb will be plural. Now, the answer is option choice number C. To avoid a calamity, the police is asking everyone to move away from the burning building. Obviously, in the sentence, the term used as police is a collective noun, is a collective plural noun. I mean, police is a plural noun which agrees with a singular, which does not agree with a singular verb, actually agrees with a plural verb. So use of is wrong. It should be are. The police are. Police is a plural noun. So to avoid a calamity, the police are asking everyone to move away from the burning building. Guys, I hope that you understood this well, that police, mob, people, these all are plural collective noun. Now, answer is option choice number B. Police are should be the right way to write this sentence. Now, it is another question variety, is a, I guess, one of the most critical questions where to commit the error has the highest probability for the students. So again, IBPS asks you this question where word jumble need to be arranged. I mean, the sentence does not have the errors, grammatical errors, it does not have. Just the words from the sentences or the parts of the sentences have been jumbled. And now you need to identify the right arrangement of the words so that sentence should be contextually, I guess, perfect. It says that a rugged ceiling fan uses the time-tested induction motor, which is typical but may have limits on energy performance. Guys, now a question arises that, sir, for a student, what could be the best strategy or an initiation that what should I do? What is the first thing that I should do? So the first thing is to see those highlighted words in the context of the phrase given. So when I read the sentence, I realized that we are talking about a ceiling fan which is of a particular type, and the conjunction but gives me a reference that I am talking something against to it. I mean, the but joins opposite idea. Something is, if very powerful, we now will talk about that the problems, the weaknesses, the issues with this. Something is very costly, now we will again talk about some drawbacks of this. So when I read the sentence, I realized that we are talking about a ceiling fan, and ceiling fan uses a particular type of motor, and then we are talking about against the type of the motor. So if something may have limits on energy performance, means limited performance of the motor is given in this site. The performance of the motor is limited, and now we have conjunction but. So the opposite idea will be the motor will be very robust, and robust here is given, I guess, in this part, rugged. So the right phrase will be rugged motor, a very strong motor but limit performance. I mean, it will have a limited performance, limited energy performance. Motor is rugged but limited energy performance. So for me, the idea of solving this question is to grab a word and associate with the context, and this is, I guess, the best way, because if you learn this way, you can apply it any questions. It is not a case oriented way. So the phrase has now become motor which is rugged but may have limits on energy performance. And then we can say a typical ceiling fan, matlab usually ceiling fan is of this type. So the answer is, we will replace C with A, yes or no, and A with C. So AC should be interchanged. The correct sentence will become, a typical ceiling fan uses the time tested induction motor which is rugged but may have limits on energy performance. Hence answer is A and C. I hope you understood the method of solving this question. Next question, I will over it to you. Find out the context and try to associate with the given word. Single-use plastic have emerged as one of the world's most buried environmental threats, which with vast amount of waste pressing in landfills or dumped untreated in river and oceans. Obviously, when I read, I just had a click in my mind that something in the landfills will be dumped and buried. In the landfill, what will you do? In the landfill, you will bury something. So for me, pressing in the landfill is a wrong phrase. If you are doing something in the landfill, obviously you must be burying something. So the word be, buried, should come here. So B has something to do that need to be improved now. So B and D should be the right answer. Why? Because the threat is pressing, because we have another option like A and B, but we are not going with A and B because the threat is pressing, and pressing here means alarming. pressing here means alarming. So the single-use plastic have emerged as one of the most alarming environmental threat, mean pressing environmental threat, means need of the hour, with vast amount of waste buried in landfills or dumped untreated in water and oceans. So guys, I just need your feedback, how you felt about solving the questions like this, where word need to be arranged, the correct sequence of the word should be interchanged. Now, the question next is of double filler. After word arrangement, the bank exams ask you another question variety, again having very, I guess, uncommon ideas of within the students. So the question is, a sentence is having two blanks given. Now you need to arrange them accordingly, according to the option given. The pattern of solving is again the same. Understand the context. The context itself give you the idea that which word combination suits it the best. So although ipsum and evil, these are two proper nouns, we have nothing to do with this. I guess it is nothing but the name of places. So although ipsum and evil are populated, we are talking about population. Number of people residing in this place are very much. So densely goes well with population, है ना? Densely populated. This is the key. Densely populated. More than 2/5 of the borough is designated as a green belt. So you have given an official label which is designate. To designate something means to give an official label. So the label as given is green belt. Although ipsum and evil are densely populated, more than 2/5 of the borough is designated as a green belt. I hope you understand this well. The correct answer to the question is option choice number B, and I just try to make you understand that solving these questions needs a very clear understanding of the context, and unless, if not, they are difficult to solve. So now guys, we have another question. Demand for electronics is growing of all price. No, we have some issue here. Of all seems to be wrong. Of all seems to be wrong. I guess it should be across, है ना? It should be across. The correct answer is across all prices. I mean from the start to end, from this end to all the other end. So guys, this is how we just try to give you an idea what kind of questions usually are probable, and the way to solve of the questions, how you can solve it, and the key factors that need to be improved. Now I believe you now understand that what are the key things that you need to improve, you need to work on to solve these questions. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Have a fantastic evening. See you guys in the next session. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.